video, as you can see, channel O Peak. If you're not subscribed to this channel, Old Peak, subscribe to this channel, Old Peak. On this channel, I do really serious videos. I react to them, you feel me? And these videos will really captivate you and have you thinking. But if you got a weak stomach, this channel ain't for you, you feel me? But to all of those who want to proceed, I got a very thought-provoking video that I ain't even see. So we're going to view it together and we're going to talk about it. Now check it. The name Old Peak is my other channel, Keep Low Backwards. If you're not subscribed to that, I have the link in the description to some of my other channels. Tap in with me. Yo, give this video a thumbs up. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel OP. Let's get into this video. You feel me?
Lost, out of sight.
There's a shooting at Denver. Stem School Highland Science.
No access. Let's bust the window.
There's bullet holes in the wall. Okay, we're coming. We're coming as fast as we can, all right?
On May 7th, 2019, just 3 days before graduation, shots were fired at STEM School in Douglas County, Colorado. The following report is based on police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that while the following footage is intense, it does not show anyone being physically harmed or injured. The horror began almost at the end of the school day, just after 1:50 p.m. Countless additional calls to emergency services began to pour in. With each one, the situation appeared more dire.
Where is the shooter? Room 107. Is it just a single shooter? Is it one person? No. As far as I know, but I don't know. Is the shooter down or is our shooter still shooting? What? We have student shot, yes.
Every second counted. Officers from the police department, sheriff's department, and the closest SWAT team all deployed in force and raced for the school. Some of them didn't even have time to don protective gear, but rushed onwards all the same.
No access. Let's bust the window. Here. Go through. I got you. Eyes in there, you guys are security. You see them moving. I got you. Open. Hey, hold there. We're gonna need this later. So we gotta recover this.
Elsewhere, another group of law enforcement officials forced entry through a different door and were about to get a nasty surprise.
Let's go. Go. You up first, bro. I got shield first. Shield first. Where's it at? You're right. Get on the ground. Right there. We have him? Look at that. Face down. Don't move.
Despite 2 bullets narrowly missing the first responders, they didn't return fire, a decision that would later be proven wise.
That's security. Is it you security? Where's the bag? Where's that? Projector room. He's in the English room behind you. The first one on the right. Over here. First one on the right. Over there.
He had the gun. It's over behind my back. He's cuffed right there.
Which one?
He's right there. The white cuff.
This one?
Yes.
How many do we think we have? 2.
Enter that room. Dude,
This is one of them?
I don't know.
He's the one I pulled out. He had a gun in his hand. He's thrown down. He's got him. Got him down now.
I have bullets in my
You
phone.
better start talking. How many other people are in here? Roll over. Where the fuck is the other one? What does he look like? What kind of gun is he carrying?
This is Devin. Yes, purple hair.
If the scene in the hall seemed like a nightmare, what was happening inside the classrooms was even worse. More than 1,000 students, from kindergartners all the way to 12th graders, were trapped, terrified, and in mortal danger. Some of them took the chance to film what they may have thought would be their last moments alive.
Lost. Out of sight. Please. Lockdown.
When law enforcement enters the first classroom, the horrific scene they found was something straight out of a horror movie.
Lose your hands! Back doors open. We have shot. We have people shot. Go through. I got it. Who's shot?
Out of sight. Attention, please.
We need to send up a warrant zone. Hey, let's pick him up. Let's do a good carry. I need help. Good carry. It's gonna be tough. Sit him up. All right, you get that arm. I got this side. Where's the other shooter? Is somebody covering us? The shooter behind us. Let's go. Pick him up. Hey.
Elsewhere, as police urgently secured the first suspect, it quickly became clear that something was off. The suspect's behavior would only become stranger as the interaction continued.
Roll over. I got you right here. Okay, I got a 9mm magazine. Got anything else on you?
Just my thoughts.
Just your phones? Nothing else. What?
Been exposed.
Been exposed to what?
No, I'm trans and my crush just flew everywhere.
And you're what?
I'm transgender and I fucked everyone.
That's the least of your worries right now.
Oh yeah. Kid has been shot.
Yeah, we know. We're working on it.
What the officers don't know yet is that they've only scratched the surface, and that there is still another shooter lurking inside the school. The victim was identified by his classmates as Kendrick. He had been shot twice, but getting him to safety and emergency medical personnel turned out to be easier said than done.
Put the legs down. Get the upper body up. Upper body up now. Go. God damn it. It's fine. Lift. Go. Check. It's not how we carry anybody. He's not going anywhere. Put the legs down now. Get his upper body up. Carry him like he's been taught. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's
It's not the way it's
crazy.
going to work.
As the race to save Kendrick's life continued, the officer guarding the suspect turned to the two witnesses in the hall for further information.
How many victims do you think we have? Did you see?
I know. As soon as I grabbed him, that's when I saw you guys come in. I dropped my gun.
Okay. Did you shoot at all?
I shot one round, then I realized.
Did you hit anybody?
No, I realized it was one of your guys, and I dropped my gun.
I got you.
That's right, the security guard had been the one to fire at police. In addition to the chaos at the school,
security guard
more
fired
frantic
at the
calls were
police.
coming in, not only from students and teachers, but now parents who had heard about the situation.
They got the bulletproof
My son is
shield.
at STEM Academy, and he just texted me that there were gunshots in his school, and he's really scared, and he told me to call the cops. Okay, do not go to the school. Okay, there's a lot of police activity. You need to stay away from the school. This is true. Ma'am, you need to stay away from the school, okay? Okay, all right.
Not
Yo,
all of the
subscribe
parents
to the
got the
channel
message,
if you're
though,
not
and began
subscribed
to
to the
show
channel.
up to the still
Get a video
active
a thumbs
scene.
up. OP.
Get in the cars. Get away. I don't care where you go. Just go away.
Closer to the school, other officers had finally succeeded in moving Kendrick outside, only to face a new problem.
I got a chest.
Medic close? We have any medics?
I got a chest seal right here. He's right here. We gotta start treating him on our own.
I need a medic! We need it! Now!
While tensions run high in this life and death situation, officers still have to wrangle to find the second shooter. In situations like these, paramedics usually do not enter the scene immediately for their own safety. SWAT medics usually make contact faster,
Wow.
but at this time, they were still on the way.
That's serious, man.
Okay, ready? Hold on.
The paramedics
go one
can't
at a
come
time.
help because the
We need to get
active
him at least in
shooter
recovery.
is
There's not much
still
else we can
running
do
through
for
the
him without
school.
fire.
They
Let's
only
get him on this side
apprehended
this
one
way.
out of two.
Inside,
you feel me?
another group of officers came across a second victim. Thankfully, this injured student was still conscious.
Okay, just breathe, okay? Ready? Okay, guys, so we got a scene here. So 106. Wait, this one. Armed escort. We're coming out. We got you.
Where's the medic?
Medics. Left.
The second victim was not the only thing police found. A boy with purple hair, matching the description of the second shooter, turned up in one of the classrooms.
We just got one in here.
What is your name?
Devin Erickson.
Who?
Devin Erickson.
Evan Erickson?
Devin Erickson. With the DEVON ERICK-SON. Do you
got
have him or
purple
somebody
hair.
else? Because I know what he had on him.
What?
And he's transgender, so he's gonna have a binder on underneath, a black binder on.
And this is Alex?
This is Alec, A-L-E-C, Alec McKinley.
Devin was 18 years old, but at 16, Alec was still a minor. Speaking of Alec, out in the hall, police witnessed increasingly strange behavior.
Stop!
Stop what?
They will stop talking! Stop!
Are there only two of you?
Yes.
You're positive.
Yes. They're telling me to run.
What?
They're telling me to run. Put your foot on me.
You're not going anywhere, trust me. You move something, you're going to get broken. You understand that? Stay right there.
Police
So
would
you
learn
move,
more
you're gonna
about
get
what to make of this
broken.
strange outburst later.
Y'all get in the
In that
comments.
moment,
This
Alec
video
provided the
thumbs
first
up. You
clue
know,
in a
OB.
series of increasingly harrowing items of evidence investigators would discover.
A pink iPhone 6S.
Yeah, what about it?
Charge it, and I have videos.
Videos of what?
Me making Devin do all this.
In the other room, Devin was telling police the exact same thing.
He was making me give him a bunch of stuff, and then there's me.
Okay.
I was just supposed to watch the door. There's the only way he was gonna let me live. I have proof. My house might be on fire as well. It's next to Thunder Ridge. He tried to light my mom's car on fire. There's animals in the house.
Attention, please. Lou. It sent somebody to his house, too.
What's that?
It sent somebody to his house.
He tried to light my
light
mom's
his house
car
on fire.
and my pets are in there. I didn't want to hurt it.
Attention, please.
Hey guys, just FYI, we're gonna move these guys here in a minute. Okay. Just stand by.
It looked like
Move
he's
them out.
threatening me. It looked like he's winning.
Listen, I need
He
to
acting
know
like the
any
other
other
guy
people
made him.
involved
I'm
in
not
this.
sure. I'm
Any
watching
people
him.
involved? I don't think
Y'all
so,
get
but
the
there's a
comments.
chest rig in my car though that he had. I don't know if he put anything in the pockets.
All right. Okay. You ready to go? Yeah.
Alec was also ready for transport.
We're ready? All right. Roll to me. Stand up. Hold on just a second. Sorry. Coming out. Coming out.
Alec and Devin might have gotten to leave, but for law enforcement and everyone else at the school, things were only just beginning. The rest of the school still needed to be cleared, and the students evacuated.
Police, open the door! Open the door!
Has also been cleared.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
I need key access to check the
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Everyone, keep your hands up. You're okay. You guys are doing okay.
Thank you,
Keep your
sir.
hands up. You're okay. Keep moving. Come with me. We're gonna look over that way. We're gonna look over this way. We're gonna go this way. One over there. Look over there. We're gonna go over there. See those guys waving over there? We need you to go over there.
9 victims in total were identified. The uninjured students were evacuated to a nearby rec center to unite with their families. Officers would remain stationed at the school as well. Those on scene tried to make sense of the situation as they kept the scene secure.
Yes, yeah, that's like
Yeah,
purple
those
hair or whatever.
officers was
Probably
very
like the Joker.
professional. You see how they kept the children
Devin,
calm?
the suspect with purple
Come in
hair,
there.
continued to exhibit signs of distress as he arrived at the police station. He waited in an interrogation room while the police dealt with his companion Alec. Alec's arrival and interrogation did not go nearly as smoothly. At only 16 years old, Alec's mother needed to be contacted before questioning could take place. But this was not the only issue.
Hey, one bullet just fell out of his pocket.
The bullet was collected, and Alec's hands were also placed in paper bags to preserve evidence like gunshot residue for crime scene technicians. After these tasks were complete, it wasn't long before Alec's mother, Morgan, was brought in.
Do you hear me? Do you know this?
Has your name officially been changed to Alec? No. It's Maya? Okay. But I will call you Alec.
Because Alec was a minor, the detectives read the required Miranda rights to both Alec and Morgan. Alec remained willing to talk.
Do you agree to answer questions with me without a lawyer? Okay. Mom, is this sign here saying that he's waiving his rights? What does that mean? Means he's gonna talk to me without a lawyer present. So You also have a right. Mom can stay in, mom can leave. She can leave.
The detectives gave Alec and Morgan a moment to talk things over and come to an agreement on how to proceed.
Just so much. I have nothing for me. Yes, you do. You failing all my classes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know that. Don't act stupid. You just tell all the truth. Everything. I'm not doing that. This isn't your fault. Just know that my love for you is unconditional.
They eventually agreed that Alec would converse with the detectives alone, and Morgan signed off on Alec's waiver of rights before stepping out. A crime scene technician entered next to collect swabs of Alec's hands to test for gunshot residue and take booking photos.
Make sure someone watches my mom. Someone's with her. Okay.
According to police reports and what Alec later shared with the investigators, Alec's mother suffered from stress-induced seizures and other medical conditions. When the CSI technician had finished her work, the detectives returned to get to the heart of the matter.
Are you sure you're physically okay? Physically. Okay. And I just need to ask, is there one or two of you? Is there a third out there? No. That helped you? Yeah. So it's the two of you?
Several rooms over, Devin was also prepped for interrogation. However, the conversation police were about to have would not go anything like they expected.
Have you had your rights?
I know all my rights. I just want you guys to get them.
Okay.
That's why I'm talking so much.
All right. How long have you known Alec for?
I've known Alec for really just this semester.
With Alec, the detectives began with a similar line of questioning.
How long have you known there?
Since the beginning of this year.
How has STEM been?
Probably the worst experience.
Tell me why.
Well, on top of being transgender, I got a lot of crap for that.
How long have you been Alec?
I came out to my friends in about 8th grade.
8th grade? Okay. Has the transition been smooth or has it been rough or what's been going on?
It's been really hard.
Tell me why it's been really hard.
I just have to live with the fact that no one sees me for me and I will never be who I want to be. Anything. I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl, I'm just nothing. So I've been ready for this for a couple weeks now. And I texted Devin and I said, let's hang out, basically. And then I was talking to him about it and he was like, why? Like, what's your motive? And I was talking about how I know what people say about me. I'm not dumb. I gave them a reason to be scared because they need to think about how what you really say can drive someone to do this.
Alec agreed to let the police download data from the pink iPhone mentioned earlier, including social media apps. The most information was found on Snapchat and told investigators that there was much more to the case than first met the eye. Devin's electronics and social media were also under the microscope, but the most obvious red flags were found on Alec's accounts.
When I go to jail, can you keep my streaks?
So don't you just love it when you're having a wonderful day and depression comes just Then take the trash out. Oh.
This was just the tip of the iceberg in regards to what investigators unearthed on Alec's electronics. Before doing a deep dive into Alec's social media, though, Devin continued to relay the events that took place that morning.
Going back to this morning, you didn't have to see Alec.
Yeah, barely.
When did you first see him?
My psychology class. And I told Miss Evil that I didn't have my backpack because he wanted me to lie about it so that I could leave. And then that's when I went to the house the first time. I met up with David as well.
Who's David?
He's one of my friends since 6th grade.
David confirmed that he met up with Devin that morning around 8:30.
I was giving him hugs because of how happy I was feeling that he was doing so good.
David stated that Devin used substances and had apparently been doing so with increasing frequency over the last semester.
And recently it's just been getting worse. His drug use has been getting more significant, I want to say, in the past month.
David would have more insight to share later. However, it looks like Devin may not have been the only one with a substance abuse problem.
Do you know if he was on medications or anything?
He used to have them, but I think he was saying that his mom took them away.
Okay.
So he was on the cocaine, though.
Devin also shared that someone had spread an explicit rumor at STEM about Alec, which had been very upsetting. Still, Devin said he'd never expected Alec to take such horrific action. While speaking with detectives, Alec reported that life at home was just as tumultuous as it was at school. According to Alec and Morgan, Alec's father, Jose, was no longer in the picture, and currently 14 family members were all living under the same roof. Alec's mom, Morgan, consented to let police execute a search warrant on the family house. However, nothing was found in regards to the shooting. All the evidence, it seemed, would be found in the school and witness statements.
I'm sorry if I'm not totally clear-headed. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around his life's totally hosed now. Totally hosed.
In the interrogation room with Devin, he told police more about what led up to the violent outburst at STEM school.
Last night, he told me not to come to school tomorrow, and I saved it, and I wanted to save my friends because I have a lot of friends at that school. And then I saved that message, and then I was going to tell my friends. It's saved on Snapchat on my phone, and I was going to tell my friends, and that's when he started threatening me. What else did he tell you? He told me that he was just super. He wanted to get revenge on a lot of people. He told me he was considering killing his mom and his siblings too, because he hates them, but he didn't do that. I kept telling him not to. And he said he was going to kill me if I told anyone, and the only way I'd let him live is if he helped me.
Back with Alec, the police asked more about the planning process and Devin's role. If Devin was as innocent as he claimed, the detectives needed to understand why he had a firearm in his hands.
Had you guys talked about this last night? Yeah, he was saying something about a Snapchat text message conversation. Tell me about that. Basically, we had come up with a code name for this, and we would joke about it all the time. Gamer boat is what we called it.
And specifically, what were you calling gamer boat? What was the code word for?
Like a gun was our code word for, or gamer boat was our code word for a gun.
There was another code word Devin and Alec had too. The meaning behind it and the implications of its use would change everything.
It was like, are you down to, like, jokingly, I was like, are you down? And he was like, haha, that's funny. Like, haha, yeah. But really it was like, I wasn't kidding. And he, like, was ready to tell the office or someone what was going on. But I was like, you'd really do that to your best friend? Like, this is what best friends are for. Like, you're with me till the end. And this is the end.
I didn't think he was really going to do it. I never thought he could actually do that because he never seemed like that crazy. He didn't seem like people. He just seemed sad and like lonely.
He said he
At
never
school,
seen
I'm
that crazy.
a completely different person. No one would
get in the
ever
comments,
have guessed
subscribe,
this for
OP.
me.
What kind of person are you at school?
I try to be friends with everyone. I'm a people pleaser, and I kind of let people walk all over me.
Don't laugh at me. Walk, walk, walk. Pose. Got any penis enlargement pills?
He was transgender.
As they continued
That's why,
investigating, police had to wonder what changed in Alec's approach. Morgan McKinney, Alec's mom, had her own theory.
All these years, I've never told my kid not to hang out with a certain somebody. And about 3 months ago, I told him to stop hanging out with the... And then Devin, okay. I don't know if it's relevant at this time, but and just different, you know, and I was like, I just don't like the way he's rubbing off on you. And, you know, I was like, you need to focus on you right now.
Alec's Snapchat revealed the side of Devin that Morgan might have found concerning.
Yo, get a video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, OP. Tap in with me.
Decide life or race.
Just how much of a role Devin's influence played on the STEM attack would come out in due time. For now, though, Alec offered this explanation.
Really, there was like a breaking point last night with my siblings. They don't care. Like, no one cares. So I'm finally gonna give in to my thoughts, because what's the point of trying to protect everyone else?
What do you think about hurting family?
Only yesterday.
As Alec shared more about the triggering moment before taking the lead on the shooting, Devin's assistance in the horrid attack began to take shape.
Did something happen at school this week, or what help me understand what the
where his mother
big
made
thing,
the mistake.
analogy
She's
you
let
always
him
hear, the
speak
straw
to
in
the
front of the camel's
police.
back.
So anything he say could be used
What was
against
that?
him. You feel me? Get in the comments. Subscribe to the channel.
This kid kept calling me by my biological name, and that's that's what made me lose it.
Devin agreed that Alec's mood had been noticeably different that morning.
Today was like when it really got scary. It was like a different person, kind of like seeing him. That to me was like, okay, maybe Alec is really like going like crazy this time.
According to Alec, Devin's uncertainty had been a part of the plan all along.
He's an idiot. He's a complete idiot. So basically anything I say, he would be like, okay, because I'm his best friend.
Forensic research has found that in cases where there's more than one perpetrator, there's always an alpha figure to execute the plan. While there can be multiple submissive characters, there's only one dominant personality. Devin's guidance counselor, Ms. Wright, had also shared some insight on the subject with the police.
Alec is weird. He gravitates to vulnerable people. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Devin's very vulnerable. Was Alec bullied in any ways? I feel that Alec is a bully.
This would require a lot more investigation, but for the time being, the detectives prioritized establishing a timeline of events from both Devin's and Alec's perspectives.
Originally, I was going to figure out a way for someone to buy me a gun, but no one would. And then Devin and I had a conversation where he was like, yeah, my parents have like a couple guns in their house.
In the other room, Devin continued his harrowing version of that morning's events.
I left school, went back to my house. Then as I was about to go inside, I opened the garage, and then Alec messaged me again.
Okay. Why were you going back to your house?
I was going back to my house because I was going to call the police. That's when I picked him up, and then we went back to my house, and that's when he kind of seemed a little off. And then we went into my basement. And that was when he pulled out the cocaine the first time. And I told him, I was like, I'm not down with this. Like, you're going kind of too far and you're like scaring me a little bit. And I was like, I don't want you to hurt anybody at school or anything like that. I really think you need help. And that was when he started really threatening me.
Did you use the cocaine when he pulled it out?
Not the first time.
What did he do with the cocaine?
He did one line of it. Okay. And then we went upstairs.
According to Alec, things only escalated from there.
You said you broke into his house?
I didn't break into his house. I trashed it.
How did you trash?
I went through looking for the key to the safe originally, and I trashed looking for it.
He knows from other times I've told him that my dad had 4 guns in the safe up in my mom's room, but it was locked and I didn't know where the keys were.
That morning, though, the lack of keys was little more than a speed bump.
And then I led him to the safe, and that's when he hit it a few times and then told me to pull it out. He made me pull it out.
What did he hit it with?
The axe he got in my garage.
I was just holding it up, and I was like, do it.
Okay. And what happened after that?
He just kept crying and opening the safe. And he had to help me pry it open.
According to the videos found on Alec's phone, this appeared to be the truth.
Open it! Open it.
Trying.
Additionally, when searching Devin's house, police found the scene just like it was described. However, they still suspected something wasn't quite right about Devin's story.
He hit open the gun safe with the axe a bunch of times, tried with a crowbar, and that's how he pried open the door without the key. It popped out. He was making me help him so he didn't get too tired, because he didn't want me to be able to run away. It was wearing me out a bunch, and he just kept telling me to, and I told him I just can't anymore. And so he grabbed the crowbar and pried it open, just broke it. Basically, it's just bent a bunch.
What were you writing on the walls?
The voices win.
The voices win?
Yeah.
And where did you write that?
In his mom's closet.
More about these mysterious voices and the nature of the writing would be investigated in due time. Back with Devin, he told police everything he and Alec took out of the safe.
And he got all the guns, put them in his backpack, and then he told me to follow him, which is when he recorded the video of me making me do the cocaine because he was holding the gun to my head.
Do it.
I'm sorry.
Hurry the f*** up!
Had you ever done cocaine prior to that?
No, I couldn't do all of it because it was freaking me out too much.
Who loaded the guns?
Alec loaded all the guns, yeah.
So all the guns were unloaded when you were
he made me hand him the ammo because he grabbed all the guns and then he loaded all the guns. I had to help him carry some stuff, but I carried the ammo and then I didn't touch the guns until he made me put them in the guitar case because he wanted it to be inconspicuous.
In the other room, Alec admitted to vandalizing Devin's mom's car and explained more about the reason.
So after you set mom's car on fire, his mom's car on fire? Tell me about that.
He spray painted it, and then I put gasoline all over it, and then he lit it on fire.
When searching Devin's house, the police had seen this for themselves. The side of the car was tagged with the number 666, a pentagram, and the phrase, society. The interior showed evidence of burning, but the fire had apparently gone out before the conflagration spread. In a story full of disturbing details, what Alec said next was perhaps the most hair-raising fact so far.
How did you guys get into school when you got there?
Oh, we just walked in.
So tell me when you get to Miss Harper's room, what happens?
I lie and say, I need to talk to this kid, when really I didn't want to go to the room. And basically, my aunt was in there for what reason, I don't know. And I was like, you need to leave.
Grace, Alec's aunt, who goes to the same school, spoke with police too and shared her memories of the interaction.
He said that Devin was kind of upset and he thought he was going to get in a fight with our friend. He said he was going to calm Devin down.
Speaking of counselors, that morning, Devin's guidance counselor had been trying to track him down anyway. According to her, he was not on track to graduate in 3 days since he was failing all of his classes.
Do you think he knew what was going to happen?
I hope not, but I feel like that's a possibility, yeah.
Devin, meanwhile, tried to explain his plan.
I was still kind of trying to talk him out of it and get help, but my plan was to leave. And then I was going to go to the office and I was going to tell them anyways, because I was just going to leave my suitcase, or not the suitcase, the guitar case in there, because the suitcase can't handle. I was just going to, I left it in there and I went to the office and told Miss Harper I was sick. Mitchell walked me to the office because she told me to.
So you want to go, why did you want to go to the office?
Because I wanted to see if I could just report him and get anything, but he threatened me. He said he was still going to kill people over the phone. He said he would kill me and everybody in the office.
Mitchell, another senior at STEM, had no idea what was about to happen, but reportedly had problems with Alec.
Do you know Mitchell?
I never talked to him. I try not to associate with him. Basically, all I ever hear about him is how he hates me.
How do you hear that he's saying all this stuff?
Through Devin.
Okay. How is Devin hearing it?
Because that's all Mitchell talks about, apparently.
When the police spoke with Mitchell directly, though, he did not mention having any issue with Alec. However, he did report an incident with Devin that took place a few months earlier.
And I was like, hey, Devin, and he was ignoring me. And then I said, is this Skinwalker deaf or something like that? And then he turned around, well, at least I'm not the loop away with me. And I'm not going to lie, and thought I had crossed my mind that he would seem like kind of a person who would try to harm other students. Very sarcastic and generally kind of mean with his remarks.
Mitchell would have more to add to the investigation later. For now, the detectives continued to question Devin.
Why didn't you tell Mitchell? I didn't tell Mitchell.
You walked to the office?
Because I didn't want him to freak out about anything. I wanted to get to the office so I could tell an adult and get the security officer so no one freaked out.
Okay. So you go back to the office. Then what?
They gave me some water and stuff because I said I was feeling sick and dehydrated. Because I was all sweaty and freaked out from the cocaine because I just kept running trying to delay and get him to change his mind. And then they gave me an ice pack and some water. I drank all the water with the ice pack on my head. Then they left the room and closed the door. And that's when I checked my phone and saw his thing.
Devin hadn't been shy about expressing this exact concern to the officers on scene at the school, as he insisted that he only wanted to save everyone.
He came to the door outside of the office. He Snapchat messaged me that he was going to rush the office and kill me and everyone in there. I didn't come back. And I was just super freaked out because this is the worst thing I've ever been through. I can't remain calm when he's doing that. I was just so freaked out and shaky when I got there.
When you guys were walking down that hallway, did you guys talk about it? How did you guys decide what doors to go? Tell me about that.
I said you cover the other door. So we went through separate doors.
Devin picked up the story when he and Alec entered Miss Harper's room.
So you both enter at the same time?
I think so. And I set down the suitcase and I tried to get leave one more time, but it seemed like he wasn't listening to me and he was pissed off. So I grabbed the suitcase and I was gonna leave, but then I saw Alec look at me and kind of nod at me because he knew I was trying to leave. So I opened the door again and then I closed it and just opened the suitcase and told everybody to stay down.
Yo, get in the comments and tell me, do y'all believe him?
And I was just gonna run.
Alec, however, added a tiny detail that had the potential to change everything.
He picks up the guitar case, acts like he's going to leave, tells Miss Harper that he's leaving, and then goes to the door and takes off the magnet slip so no one from the outside could get in.
The magnet was a standard security feature on all the doors at STEM school that were instituted as part of the lockdown protocol. If moved from their place, the strips would immediately lock the doors, securing everyone inside and locking out anyone who is outside the room. The police likely wondered why Devin hadn't addressed this tiny detail if he was an unwilling participant, but they would return to this later. In the course of the investigation, the police also spoke with Ms. Harper, the teacher in room 107 when the shooting took place.
He grabs the guitar case. It's kind of really loud, shuffling, just to the point now where it's getting weird. Like, I'm like, why are you being so loud, child? And I thought he was just being rude to his classmates. In front of the door, he drops the guitar case, blocking the door. That's when I saw him pull the gun.
Back with Devin, the police tried to clarify more details.
He trying to say he ain't with it, you feel me?
Alec was pulling it out, and that's when I pulled mine out and told everyone not to move because I saw Alec reach for it because that was what he told me he was going to do.
Devin said, nobody move. And then that's when everyone started freaking out. And that's when, like, everything, I still can't comprehend the fact that I did that. And, like, I still can't comprehend what I did.
A video clip from Snapchat hinted that this might not have been an entirely foreign feeling for Alec.
I feel like this isn't real.
What was Devin doing this? Could you see or hear him?
No, there was like a crowd of people jumping towards him, trying to get the gun away from Devin. And there was the other half of the class was coming towards me. And so that's when I was like,
rushed them.
Shooting aimlessly.
Kendrick and Brendan both at the same time just rushed against me, and they it tackled me and hit me, which is when the gun I was holding went off.
It was so quick. It was as if he said, everybody don't move, and then all of a sudden, bam, he's against the wall.
Did you say anything to Kendrick or Brendan when they came at you?
I told Kendrick and Brendan when they were rushing me, I started to yell no. And I was like trying to throw it down, and that's when I threw it down. And I was like, Brendan, no, I'm serious. Hey, here's the gun. Like, there's another gun in there. Alec has 2 guns. He has a Beretta and the revolver, and he's trying to kill everyone.
When the police talked to Brendan directly, he said that's not how his confrontation with Devin went at all.
At that moment, my brain went, this has to be a joke. This was nanoseconds. No, it's nanoseconds because of how fast things went. Kendrick shot up, and by time Devin was at the board, I was up behind Devin delivering blows.
They went all out.
At the whiteboard where we were trying to move to the ground, I heard 1 or 2 shots, 1 or 2. During the wrestle, during the initial, when he brandished the weapon, he had maybe fired, not too sure about that, but Josh was still was doing what he needed to do.
Them kids is hard.
As Devin laid on the ground and his hand was coming near, he attempted to twist the pistol back towards my and Josh's head.
Get in the comments, y'all.
When I saw this happening, I delivered as many blows as I could to the arm and was able to peel his fingers away from the grip of the handgun. At that point, he started apologizing and he immediately stopped resisting.
Devin, on the other hand, said he never resisted at all.
And I willingly just let Brendan grab the gun and take it, and I immediately told him where all the other guns were, that Alex had a gun, what his name was. I told everybody where my stuff was, where everything was.
What was Alec doing when this was happening?
I couldn't see anything because Josh and Brendan held me down.
Okay.
And then Brendan got all the guns, gathered them, and I don't know what happened after. I was just laying on the ground telling people information so I could get out. I thought I heard more gunshots. I just heard a lot of yelling.
It's a channel. Tap in.
I was just so in shock and freaked out. My ears were ringing from the gunshot because it was really close to me because he tackled me, and that's why
he's lying.
Just laid down.
Alec offered an alternate perspective on the chaos that followed the initial gunshots.
I don't remember who shot first, but I started freaking out because I still couldn't comprehend what I was doing. And I just started shooting randomly.
Shooting randomly at people, in the air, in the building,
Just in
or
the
what?
air.
In the air. Tell me can you show how you were shooting?
I was just kind of like that.
Okay. And you were moving your hand. As you were moving your hand, were you pulling the trigger?
Yeah.
Ms. Harper, though, didn't seem to think that Alec's aim was random.
Alec, I believe, had shot at me. I had a bullet casing burn here. I tripped back and fell into the bookcase, and I fell down to the floor. I thought for a moment that Alec was standing over me to make sure I was dead, and so for a few seconds I played dead.
How many shots do you think you fired?
12.
How do you know that?
Because that's how many rounds was in the gun, and then it stopped shooting.
Alec exited the classroom intending to get the second gun. However, the students of 107 weren't having it.
So you said that a kid he was hitting on you, or he was hitting you?
Yeah.
Sorry. Tell me about that.
This was after I started shooting, and he went onto Miss Harper's desk and jumped on me, and I tried to get out into the hallway, and then he started like banging my head against the floor, and then I like bit him to get him off me, and that's when Miss Harper like shoved him away and got on top of me.
I had Alec in my hands, and I was terrified that I didn't know all of a sudden if Alec, part of me was like, am I going to break this kid's neck? And I'm like, is this a shooter? Is this an innocent kid that got the gun? I don't know, let go. So I let go. Everybody was getting out of the classroom screaming. I started screaming down the hallways, lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. And my only goal was to get the rest of the school on lockdown.
She succeeded. Ms. Harper and several students made it to the office, where the lockdown alarm was activated throughout all of STEM school, saving countless lives. From there, she also called 911 and reported that 2 of the students who made it out with her had gunshot wounds.
I didn't know how many there were, so I wanted everybody on lockdown so we'd be safe. I didn't want anybody wandering the hallways if they were there. I don't want to see it. Why did they do this?
While Ms. Harper tried to come to terms with what she'd lived through, Alec explained what happened after getting tackled.
And then that's when the teacher showed up, and he was in awe, and he took the gun and then put it on the floor because some kid got shot. I don't think he knew I was the one who had the gun. I think he just thought I was a kid who found the gun and was freaking out.
The teacher in question was the school IT worker, Mr. Pritchard, whose office was just across the hall from room 107. Alec was right. Mr. Pritchard had no idea that Alec was one of the shooters.
He gave it to me very easily. And so in my mind, he wasn't involved. So as I was walking into the classroom, Brandon's walking towards me with a semi-automatic pistol in his hand, and he's holding it by the barrel with the handle out towards me. And he walks up to me and hands it to me, and I take it. So at that point, I have 2 pistols in my hands. I walk over and I see Kendrick lying at an angle towards the front wall of the classroom.
Unattended in the hall, Alec took advantage of the opportunity.
I went in, go to my backpack to get another gun because no one else knew I had that. And I was going to shoot myself. So I'm starting to walk away, and the security guard comes up with a gun in his hands and tells me to put it down. And I'm basically like, okay. I put the gun down, and he like kneed me to the ground, like put his knees on me.
The security guard, Sam, who subdued Alec, realized that something was wrong while taking his break all the way across the building. As soon as he heard the words shooting and room 107, he started running, weapon drawn. Sam spoke with the police directly multiple times.
I'm asking Alec, hey, are you alone? Where's the other shooters? What's going on here? Alec's only response was, kill me now. I don't deserve to live. Things are getting louder. They're coming. I'm like, who? Where? Alec kept replying and saying those things to me. Just kill me now. They're getting louder. I see an AR rifle and someone in plain clothes coming through the hallway. I didn't hear a breach. I didn't hear police or any of that. And I yelled security and I fired around.
One of the bullets from the friendly fire injured someone in room 106. Back with Alec, the police asked about some specific details.
Do you know if you hit any kids?
I don't. My aim's not good, so I'm not sure if I hit any kids. But I know Devin shot. He fired, and I don't know if it was me or him that hit this kid.
Do you know who that was?
I don't remember his name.
Is it a male?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to that kid?
All I know is he was on the ground and I could hear him like screaming.
Did you see if that hit anybody?
Kendrick.
Okay. Did you see that?
And I think Josh got hit, but I don't know if that was Alec or if it went through Kendrick, because I heard someone say exit wound.
Statements from the witnesses revealed far more about who had been injured. As soon as Brendan noticed that Kendrick was down, he rushed to his side, while Josh kept Devin down.
I came over, immediately started tapping him. Kendrick, stay with me, you all right, you all right? No response. His breathing was completely staggered, his eyes were rolled back.
In the midst of all this chaos, Brendan managed to call 911. Help was nearer than he expected, though, as he was aided immediately by Mr. Pritchard, who's a former Navy sailor.
And I'd asked Brandon if there was anything I could use to apply pressure to Kendrick's wound. He didn't find anything, so I just went ahead and started putting pressure with my hand. At that point, he was breathing. It was like he was almost kind of moaning with like some spittle coming out of his lips. I see Josh laying on top of Devin, and I looked and I saw Josh had some blood marks on his legs, but it didn't look like they were growing, so I just figured, okay, he's okay for now.
Devin Erickson, while still on the ground being held down by Josh, was going, Alec made me do it, I'm sorry, it wasn't my fault, and then just threw an absolute fit of aggravation. I got up in his face and I screamed as loud as I could, shut the fuck up. Where the Mr. Pritchard then responded with, please don't do that, keep your voice down. Devin then responded, there's a jacket out in the hallway to put pressure on, the left doorway.
While Brendan went to get the jacket, Mr. Pritchard made a grim discovery.
I looked back over and Kendrick stopped breathing at that point, and I was fearful that he had passed. You know, I tapped him on the cheek. Hey, come on, stay with me. Checked for a pulse. I couldn't get one.
In the hallway, Brendan didn't find the jacket. Instead, he ran into the security guard and Alec.
And from the other end of the hallway, behind a little jut out for the size of the classroom, was a security guard. He was brandishing another Glock, and he told me to drop to the ground. I immediately did, and I yelled, 2 students have been shot, 2 students have been shot. I do not have a gun. We have one of the shooters in there. He then told me to crawl to him, and that is when I noticed that he had the second shooter, Alec, in handcuffs, off to the right side of the hallway.
How long do you think that all took?
Couldn't have been more than 2 minutes.
In addition to the carnage in the classroom, Alec's next comment made the situation even more hair-raising.
But when you saw these kids, especially Kendrick, go down, what was going on in your head? Was it, I'm going to continue shooting, or I'm going to help them, or was something else going on in your head?
Everything was quiet. Like, it's only quiet when, like, everything's, like, they're satisfied with what I'm doing. That's the only time they're quiet, is when I listen to them.
Alec's Aunt Grace said that Alec had previously reported hearing voices, but the family was unsure if this was true. As opposed to the silence in Alec's mind, Devin seemed to have experienced the resulting chaos in a blur. He only seemed to remember bits and pieces of what came next.
Then what happened? I got handcuffed, obviously, because the people came in because Josh just held me down and I just let him. And he said he was hit, and I just kept telling him, just wrap something around his leg and save himself. And just look, and I kept telling everyone about Alec and what he was wearing because I didn't want other people to get hurt. Because I knew he was just going to keep going, killing people. And now everyone's going to think I'm a monster.
By this point, police made entry into the school to attend to the wounded, rescue the students, and, of course, detain Alec and Devin. Meanwhile, word was getting out about the calamity at STEM. Devin's friend David recalled the chilling moment he found out what was happening.
I got a message saying that there were 3 shooters and that one of them had purple hair, and immediately I just went like, Devin, it's gotta be Devin.
With all of these statements, the police now knew what had happened. The reason why, however, remained elusive.
So why were you planning to do this?
I feel like I was doing people a favor, like showing them the real world. I'm basically showing people how I feel.
Was your intention to shoot people today?
Not really. I wanted to shoot, but I didn't necessarily want to kill anyone. I just want them to have something bad happen to them. I'm still like I'm just in awe about how I let my thoughts get to me like this, how I thought I was in control, but I'm not. I was just thinking, I'm just doing what everyone expected me to.
At what point did you know that Alec was going to hurt students or shoot the school? Or shoot anybody at the school?
Once I knew he was going to, when I saw the axe and he was like getting really pissed off at me with the cocaine and stuff, and he told me I better get back. I was like thinking I could still talk him out of it and convince him not to, that he was just probably going to do something stupid, because at first I thought he might just, but obviously not.
Okay. So when he had the axe, that's when you first thought that?
That's when I was like, okay, he's serious. He's gonna like hurt me if I don't cooperate with him.
Alec said that actually wasn't the case.
What was your intention if he didn't do the cocaine?
I really wasn't going to do anything.
This wasn't the only discrepancy the police had noticed. They began to press Devin harder about some of their concerns, but his responses ended up raising more questions than they answered.
When Alec messaged you and asked you to pick him up at school, you went back to the school, you picked him up. Did you ever see a weapon on him?
No, I was just really worried about him because I thought he might hurt himself too. But I was also a little bit scared because, like, you know, I know he has all those problems. And I didn't know if he was going to snap or something.
Alec, though, said that Devin decided he was willing to go through with the attack on his own.
We weren't going to go through with it, but then he was like, I'm back, and like, I'll do what you want me to. And I was like, okay.
Aside from when you made threats to him at home, like with the axe and all that stuff, did you say anything to him? Threatening or?
I was just, I don't know. He was just like, okay with everything. I think he thought that I had a point. I think I actually got into his head, and he was listening to me.
On that note, the detectives began to wrap up Alec's interrogation.
I hope no one died today.
Tragically, there was one fatality at the STEM shooting. Kendrick, the first student to rush Devin, had been shot twice and was pronounced dead shortly after the responding officers dragged him to safety. Officers met with Kendrick's parents to answer what questions they could, and in the process learned more about what a hero Kendrick was. His parents described him as kind, outgoing, and a friend to everyone.
They asked, are you surprised that he would do that? And immediately both of us were like, no, it doesn't surprise us. And you're going to pull one kid out there and it has to be mine, you know, that has to have this happen to him. I just can't figure it out.
Condolences to his family, man. Yo, say condolences to his family and the time that young man lost his life. You know what I mean? Tragic situation.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Get in the comments. Tell me what y'all think.
The initial interrogation concluded, but the police would soon speak with Alec again and learn that there was still more to be uncovered. Devin, on the other hand, stuck to his story and professed his innocence.
Did you ever try telling an adult at any point?
Yeah, that's when I went to the office to try and tell the adults, and then I was going to try and tell Miss Harper, but he was already in there.
After he loaded up guns and brought
Yes, and he had them loaded up and brought to the school, because the thing was, once he made his plan clear and had the axe, I didn't have a way to go to anybody because that was the last time we were at the house.
Did it ever cross your mind to tell an adult before that point?
No, because I had all these other reasons and all these things he was telling me, and I believed him because he's just seeming like he was fine, and he told like he was fine. So I didn't think it was anything to worry about.
You didn't think it's anything to worry about when somebody tells you don't come to school tomorrow?
I thought he was still still messing with me a little bit. All of us just joke about that stuff. It's just like teenage boys do that stuff. I never thought he would do all that.
You realize we were teenage boys.
Yeah, I know. But my parents don't really understand that humor, so I just figured I'd say that. I'm sorry. Oh.
In talking to so many witnesses, it became clear that Devin was known for his dark humor. However, his friend David took it one step further.
I wouldn't call him violent, I don't think, right off of the bat, but he has sociopathic tendencies. He's a very cold person. He gets angry really fast, and he's very irrational. He would have like these bipolar bursts where he would just snap at us, you know, tell us to fuck off or whatever. And he really seemed to victimize himself as soon as any kind of blame was put on him. Very big liar. He's manipulative. I see Devin as a lost cause.
It's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done that prevented it, because you seem like a pretty nice guy. Devin made these decisions on his own, and this doesn't come down on you. Because keeping it in is going to be the worst thing for you. And you're going to have a lot of friends out there that are going through the same exact thing. So be there for each other, okay? Check in on each other. And Talk to mom.
David also shared that Devin had recently broken up with his girlfriend. Another Snapchat saved on Alec's account offered a potential explanation why.
Also, kind of, ever since I pulled a knife on my girlfriend's dad, I've been going to
Devin was appearing more suspicious by the minute, but the question of his involvement wouldn't be resolved for quite a while. For now, the police were unconvinced by his claims of innocence, and both Devin and Alec were taken to jail. While in the county jail, Devin kept busy with many phone calls.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is important. The shooter who murdered my sweet little Daniel brought a highly lethal weapon with him to my son's first grade classroom.
Including this fraught interaction with his parents.
The only thing was, today was like the Julia and like Dr. Tyndall thing was like they were prepping me for the state hospital visit thing, so it was really stressful because they were like doing like fake like.
Devin, let's not talk about that.
Dad, this is not about the case. We're allowed to talk about this. I don't know why you're so freaking touchy.
I just always want to make sure we take the safe route, that's all.
Whatever.
So his dad's trying to protect him, and he's still
about that one freaking thing with you guys.
However, it wasn't just family members that Devin kept up with. It seems that somehow, despite being under lock and key, he began a romantic relationship with a girl named Melanie.
You're my baby.
You know, cinnamon apple.
But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows in that relationship either.
You told me that your love for me was a joke. I don't know why you call me if I make you so miserable.
Just because it's just like fun to like make fun of you sometimes. Say bronchitis without stuttering.
Bronchitis.
You stuttered, so.
No, I didn't. You're taking advantage of me. You're using me for your entertainment. I thought I had a special place in your heart.
Yeah, you do. It's left. So I'm gonna dump you for Peppa Pig if you don't shut up.
Oh my God, stop. There are tears on my face right now.
Why?
Because I don't want that to happen, and I'm so confused right now.
Devin wasn't the only one who kept in touch with the outside world, though. 9 months after Alec and Devin were arrested, Alec reached out to detectives to share additional details about the case. When they got to talking, many of the sinister details the police had suspected all along were finally confirmed.
Plan was, it was going to look like I was the one that was killing all these people, but it was Devin, but it was going to be pinned on me because he was going to shoot me in the head. He was going to come out like the hero in this situation. He was going to essentially stop me.
Why did you do that for Devin?
Because I felt like he was going through a lot of pain in life. I felt like he was going through a lot, and I wanted to help him.
What if you guys got caught?
We didn't think we'd get caught.
Or get arrested?
Another inconsistency between Alec's new statement and what Devin said in his interview on the day of the shooting emerged when the investigators came to the topic of the firearms.
Who loaded the guns?
Alec loaded the guns.
Why didn't you leave then?
Because he had me in the corner of the closet. I was backed up. There was no doors I could go to. He still had the guns and the ammo and the hatchet.
Devin briefly touched on this while talking with Melanie after he was arrested.
You put a gun in my head and you shoot up my school.
I'm sorry.
Wait, you're not Alec.
If Alec's new story was true, it threatened to undercut Devin's accusations entirely.
At any point as this is happening, was Devin trying to leave?
No.
Get out of the closet at all?
No.
Even on the day of the shooting, the police noticed issues with Devin's story and didn't hesitate to call him out.
Why didn't you flee the house?
I was in the back of, so in this closet in my mom's room, there's only one door. He was on that side. The safe's laid down in the middle, and I'm on the other side of the safe. He told me to stay on that side.
Right. What I don't understand is how is he loading the gun?
Because he made me give him the bullets while still holding the hatchet, because he grabbed the guns with his other hand, and then that's when he made me hand him the ammo. He told me to sit down, still holding the hatchet, put one bullet in and put it in the magazine and cocked it so there's one in the chamber he could aim at me.
Devin insisted he was innocent, but something else he said that day led the police to believe he was anything but.
The only way I'd let him live is if he helped me.
It's possible that Devin just got tongue-tied, but police had to wonder if this was the truth slipping through accidentally.
So a lot of this to me sounds like self-preservation.
Then why do I have videos of him threatening me? And why do I have all the evidence? If you find his iPhone, you will see a video of me crying while he makes me do that. This kid gave me cocaine and you're expecting me to think straight?
Yo, who do you?
Before he did
I'm
cocaine.
freaking the
Devin
out, dude.
or Alec?
Again,
Get in
Devin
the
said
comments,
something
let
during
me
one of
know.
his jail
Subscribe
calls
to
that
the
made this
channel,
defense
OP,
even
you
more
heard me?
questionable.
The cocaine made me aggressive.
I was like literally about to do shrooms one night, and then Alec sent me a picture of like, want to come do cocaine, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, I'm so glad I started doing cocaine because that was great for me. Can't 10 years off my lifespan.
In fact, Devin claimed that his substance use history was far more extensive than he'd initially let on.
I think I like smoked too much weed, and like I permanently did that to my brain.
I was high on cough medication like every day for like 4 months straight.
On another occasion, Devin said that Alec talked him through a particularly intense trip that included some very dangerous decisions.
And so basically Alec was like, I'm going to stay on the call with you so you can talk to me through this. And so we fucking, like, he just like talked to me and I drove all the way home.
9 months later, in Alec's second interview, Devin's so-called video evidence is brought into question in a discussion with the investigators.
The videos that you made in the house, that was, tell me again why.
So it would all come together in the plan that, I have proof in case he didn't come out there. I had proof that, or he had proof that I made him do it.
Okay. To make it seem like he was forced into this?
Yes.
Okay. Was he forced into this?
No, it was a mutual agreement. It took us a couple times, like 3 times to actually shoot this video.
Okay.
The first time, we were laughing and we couldn't get it like through the video. And then the second time, it was like, I just didn't think it was convincing enough. And the third time was like, this is good enough.
So after the video is shot, are you still holding a gun to his head? Or
No.
do you put it down and you guys are, buddy again?
No, I put the gun away. The gun was on safety the whole time.
Okay.
I wasn't going to shoot him. He was talking about how he has 2 alter egos, two like split personalities, I don't know. And he was saying that one of them is like the pussy Devin, one of them's like the wimp Devin, and the other one's like has a god complex. After that we were hugging and I was saying goodbye to him. He said he was glad he met me and he is sorry he's never gonna see me again.
During Devin's interview on the day of the shooting, the police had noticed yet another inconsistency.
So
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, it's his job to keep the power on. That's why he chooses Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call, click, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
how many times did you say you've been shooting?
Maybe like 4 times total.
Okay. So knowing that, how did Kendrick get shot?
Kendrick got shot because my finger was right there still. I was still grabbing it. My finger's right there. He bumps into me because they're rushing me and they're actually hitting the barrel end of the gun with their body and grabbing me.
Was your finger on the trigger?
My finger was next to the trigger, but it wasn't over the trigger because I wasn't going to hurt anybody. I was just going to tell everyone to stay and then run.
Get in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about.
That's why I tried to throw it down.
What was going through my head was, should I kill myself to save these people? Do you mind if we take a break?
Absolutely. Do you need any water or anything? We'll step out the secure building, so we've got to kind of walk anybody anywhere we go.
Okay.
Okay. We'll just be outside.
And Alec was younger, so I don't know. We're gonna see
Police
how it
likely
turn out,
had to
y'all.
wonder if any show of emotion since the day of the incident was ever genuine.
Why didn't you just open the door and say, Alex got a gun, get out?
Because he was still going to shoot people.
But you knew he was going to shoot somebody either way.
But I was going to try to stop him. That's why I went to the office so I could try to get to an adult who would be able to do it. So the school didn't people weren't just freaking out.
But you still didn't tell anybody.
Yes, because he told me he was going to the office because he was going to kill me.
Okay.
And everybody inside the office.
Does it matter because he was going to kill people?
It doesn't matter. It does matter because I was trying to save everybody, not just me.
After composing, Alec said something else that, if validated, obliterated Devin's previous claims.
Did he ever tell you, hey, I can't go through with this. I'm going to refuse to go through with this. I'm backing out. Anything like that?
You never told me anything like that.
It wasn't just what Devin hadn't done that led investigators to suspect that he'd helped instigate the crime. Mr. Pritchard, who had tried to save Kendrick, discovered this disturbing footage of Devin leaving the office and meeting up with Alec.
He said, like, let's go or something.
In his interview soon after the incident, the detectives had tried to get the truth from Devin, but he wouldn't budge.
So again, at what point did you try to stop him?
There was multiple times he just kept threatening me.
Not what I'm hearing.
That's exactly what you're hearing.
Literally, you're separate.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you guys anymore until I have a lawyer and my dad. Get him in here because you guys aren't listening to me. I'm telling you something. I have evidence. I can show you all that. I gave you all this. And you guys are still just making it like I tried so hard.
Since Devin wanted to speak with a lawyer back then, the detectives departed, leaving him alone in the interrogation room where his pleas of innocence
Alec,
continued.
You believe Alec. Subscribe to the channel, OP.
I'm innocent no matter what I'll tell you. I'm innocent.
In the interview now, Alec's story included even more drastic changes.
Tuesday the 7th. On that specific day is when Devin had that specific class that he wanted to shoot up.
Mitchell, the student Devin had a verbal altercation with, had been in room 107, but that wasn't all. Mitchell said that Devin disliked Ms. Harper because she demanded her students make an effort in class. Alec's statement seemed to support the theory that the attack was very carefully timed.
The only person I really truly remember shooting at is Mitchell. Is the last name.
Where was Mitchell at when you were shooting at Mitchell?
He was on the ground looking up at me.
As it turned out, Alec's aim was true. Mitchell had given his statement to police from a hospital bed after the incident.
I remember just after the first gunshot, I remember standing up and running. I remember more gunshots. I remember falling over. I run towards that door, and I pass Kendrick, and he's laying down, face down, not moving, and he's breathing.
He told police that he and several other students fled through the cafeteria and out of the school.
I run past I want to say 4 different buildings before I'm out of breath. I'm like, this is so weird. Why am I out of breath? And then I reach behind me and feel my back. I pull my hand forward, and there's blood there. I didn't know that I got shot.
Mitchell's classmates had applied pressure to the wound and called 911. When more shots were fired, later determined to have been fired by Sam, a good Samaritan had helped move the group inside to the safety of his house. Paramedics arrived shortly afterwards to take Mitchell to the hospital. Back with Alec, police learned even more about Devin's involvement in the lead-up to the crime.
Did you guys do, any other sort of research into how to carry this plan out?
Not to how to carry the plan out. It was when Sol Pais came to Colorado, and we heard that she had Columbine tattoos. That's kind of when we started searching up Columbine.
Okay.
And it wasn't to execute this plan. It was just kind of trying to put the 2 and 2 together with Sol Pais and the Columbine.
Sol Pais was a student who received national attention when she became the subject of a large FBI manhunt after she was found armed in Colorado on the 20th anniversary of the Columbine school shooting. Given her obsession with that incident, police believed she was planning a copycat massacre at Columbine School on its anniversary. Facebook records indicated that Devin and Alec had discussed Sol Pais at length, even sending each other screenshots of her website and Instagram. Follow-up investigation had revealed even more on the subject of Columbine on Alec's Snapchat.
Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shooting. It's geez, everything's going on in 1 week.
Very serious,
in hindsight, it seems disturbingly obvious why Alec saved this clip. Unfortunately, the video did not reveal who the speaker was. The police knew by now that Devin's interest in Columbine was not the only red flag. Back in the early days of the investigation, one of Devin's former classmates, Brian, had shared some chilling information.
He would just come up behind me and do all those school shooter jokes.
Okay, and what kind of school shooter jokes would he say?
When the pencil hits the floor, I'm going to start shooting. I'm going to take this 0 to Columbine real quick.
Okay. How often would he say stuff like that?
About every day.
Back in the present with Alec, the police had a few more things they wanted to follow up on.
In the interview with Detective Williamson, you mentioned something about gamer boat. Yes. Anything else?
I think it was blobfish.
Blogfish? Blobfish.
I'm sorry. Blobfish.
What is that?
That was going to be code word for Devin shoot me.
This memory was recovered from Alec's Snapchat, proving that they had in fact used the code word.
Blobfish.
If this really was what the code word meant, it seemed that on the day of the crime, Devin would have had to know he would be shooting, if only at Alec all along. 9 months later, in Alec's new version of events, Devin was responsible for more than just the school shooting.
I was doing coke in the bathroom, and I came back, and he he didn't have any clothes on. He had like his boxers on, and that was it. And he was sitting with his mom's nail polish and painting something about like the voices win in the corner of the closet wall.
Alec stated that it had been Devin's idea to vandalize his mother's car, and that still wasn't all.
Did you guys ever have a conversation about locking the doors?
We did have a conversation about taking the magnet strip off the doors.
With the security compromised at school, protecting everyone inside was the top priority. This was one of the main topics Sam discussed with the police. He said that STEM school was the only location where he was directed to not be armed, which felt odd to him. He chose to carry his weapon anyway, with the intention of protecting as many students as possible in the event of violence. Despite saving lives on May 7th, Sam still expressed regret that he did not do more.
I guess one kid was just reported dead. Yeah. Yep.
Subscribe to the channel, OP. You already know. Give the video a thumbs up.
Do the best I can, man.
I don't have any doubt that you, by your actions, saved lives. Oh yeah, you took literally one of the two shooters out.
I just wish I could have saved all of them, man.
Surprisingly, Devin had reached out to police 9 months ago, the day after he ended his first interrogation by asking for a lawyer.
All I can think about is Kendrick and everybody else. Look, gunshots. I keep hearing the gunshots.
Devin, are you aware that this was all over the media?
I assumed it would be, yeah.
So this might be your last opportunity to kind of tell the world what happened.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Did you help Alec carry this through?
Only the price he made me.
At any point, did you plan on doing what Alec told you?
No, at no point did I plan on going through with his plan.
When asked about the perspective now, Alec had this to say.
I've changed my perspective on my perspective has changed on me trying to protect Devin, and I need to keep my promises.
Who are you talking about in terms of your promises?
I'm not crazy. I talk to Kendrick a lot. I promised that I would do good for him. I promised I'm gonna help everyone that I can for him. I promised I'm gonna change for the better for him.
In 2020, Alec McKinney was sentenced to life in prison, plus 38 years after pleading guilty on several charges. Alec was ultimately convicted of 11 charges, including but not limited to murder after deliberation, murder with extreme indifference, attempted murder, and possession of a weapon on school grounds. Subsequently, Devin and Melanie did a lot of theorizing over the phone regarding what his fate would be.
There was no overkill. You, like that one kid said you fought, but like no one else said you fought back, which like obviously you didn't. But like there's a lot of things that like show that you're not like a violent person.
Yeah, I wish the DA would just give me a deal so I didn't have to go to trial, so I could just like skirt. Call is recorded and monitored. So DA Brockler, if you're listening, I'll vote for you. Dude, if I told you that this belief that my parents have that I'm going to get out in like 3 years.
I mean, that'd be sick, but no.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Melanie was right. On September 17th, 2021, Devin Erickson was sentenced to life in prison, plus 1,282 years, despite entering a plea of not guilty. He was convicted on 46 charges in total, including murder after deliberation, murder with extreme indifference, multiple counts of attempted murder, theft, reckless endangerment, and more. He is not eligible for parole. The robotics lab at STEM school has since been renamed in honor of Kendrick. His heroic actions meant that his was the only life lost that day at STEM.
Yeah, this is last in the guard. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. You know what I mean? Condolences to all the families that lost their loved ones or just endured part of that tragedy, because the one boy died, but the other child got shot. And it's just a tragic situation. that they go to school to be educated and have to be subjected to that type of behavior. But on another note, Alec was transgender allegedly, and he was being teased, and his friend tried to portray a good friend, even though he was bad, in my point.